Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist. We're going to read for the feminine. Quick little check-in to see if we can get any confirmation, signs, synchronicities, characteristics about your divine masculine, maybe any timeline or environmental factors that might help you just know that you are dealing with your divine masculine. Because I feel like many of you and us, because I am of the Divine Feminine Collective, on the twin flame journey, I feel like a lot of us are dealing with not so divine masculines, right? So we're going to tap into the Feminine Collective here, Divine Feminine Collective. These are feminines who have done work, who are maintaining this divine feminine frequency. You could have Scorpio placements. You could be a year of the dragon. You could be really into medieval, whatever. You could be a bit of a nerd. I have the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves playing right now in the background. With Kevin Costner. He's a Capricorn. Something about 4 months. But there's something about like Renaissance, medieval. Maybe you like, I don't know what her sign is, but, and I can't even think of her name now. It was just right there and then it left me. The woman who plays the Dragon Queen in Game of Thrones. All right, we've got a feminine who, knows their worth, but there's a little bit of doubt here because the star is in reverse. Maybe they are on the fence about whether or not they should do some more healing, because if you're attracting lower vibrational masculines, you might be second guessing whether or not you are ready or you are of your divine frequency. All right, you are. Usually those who are of a non-divine frequency don't ask if they're of a divine frequency. So if you're asking, you could be a single parent or have children, but it's parents who ask themselves if they are a good parent, those are usually the ones who are doing okay. The ones who don't ask because they think they've got it all figured out and they have this like pious energy, and that's not just with parenting, but this is a feminine. You're more powerful than you know. You could have strong fire placements, but we have the Queen of Wands. And with the fire-breathing dragon, right? It's like you have a fire in you and you underestimate yourself, feminines. Don't do that. I want to pull this one out. Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Yeah, the Three of Wands is like someone who is planning some sort of move, some sort of big change. Could be a literal move. Right? This is like someone maybe packing up and leaving a situation. But the Three of Wands is more about going towards something, going after something that inspires you, after something. Maybe you have to wait until after something comes through. Could be finances with the Pentacles here. Could be until something does come to an end, right? Could be a lease, could be some sort of agreement. Some previous agreement, and I feel like with the Pentacle energy, you are someone who honors your agreements, but you're also being tested by that agreement and commitment. That's what Pentacles represent. They represent investment and commitment. And if you're in this contemplative energy, all right, you could be with child or, wanting to have children with somebody. But this is somebody, and there's like they're sort of sneaking up behind you, not in a malicious or creepy way. There's something unexpected about this Knight of Pentacles that's coming in to pursue you, to offer you their pentacle. Could be an age difference with the Knight and the Queen here. You could be earth and fire. This could be a masculine with more feminine placements. Feminines, you could have more masculine placements, elementally speaking. All right, let's see. So, with the Pentacles, the slow moving, and that Three of Wands, that contemplative energy, I do get like Virgo. And see, this feminine here has this sort of like monster suit on. People could be perceiving you as a monster. Autoplay on the TV, I was doing other things and it just autoplayed from me finishing The Conjuring 4, which is about some, the daughter, Judy. She, like, her mom is Lorraine Warren. Lorraine and Ed Warren are real people, and the daughter Judy is a real person. But this is obviously like a fictitious spin on it or whatever. But she has these powers. She has clairvoyancy. She's a medium. She can see and talk to and experience the afterlife, other realms, right? Some might call her a witch. And she snuffs that down. It scares her as a child, and her mom, because of everything she went through about being sort of ostracized, of being ostriches could be important, or like large birds could be important here. But it's like putting maybe something about Thanksgiving. The goose, the swan. I don't remember all the details of it, but I used to watch The Swan Princess a lot when I was younger. Maybe that movie has some sort of significance. It's like you're a swan, but you've been treated like an ugly duckling, or you've been treated like the black sheep, the black swan, but you're actually there's this purity underneath you, and it's like you've been told that you were a monster. And so you sort of isolated yourself, kept quiet, just resting. Last night I was watching The Desolation of Smaug. So Benedict Cumberbatch, I don't know his zodiac sign. I feel like he could be a Libra. But anyway, it's something about balance possibly. But it's like you maybe come from an ancestry of feminines with this gift. And whatever your power is, you've sort of put it aside. You've snuffed it down. You've hid it from the world for whatever reason, and you've been contemplating letting it out. So dragons are significant here. And the movie that started after was Weapons. I've never seen it, but I walked in and the girl was talking to some guy, and she was like, everyone thinks I'm a witch. And he's like, no, they don't. She said, look at my car. So, which reminded me of, it doesn't show her vehicle, but it reminded me of The Eye with Jessica Alba, where she's having visions. So something about the eye, the third eye, you have this divine sight, Pisces energy. You could have strong Pisces placements or Cancerian placements, like you've always been connected with the moon and your intuition is very strong. But she says, all the kids and everybody in the neighborhood, they've written bruja, which maybe you speak Spanish, but that's witch. So there's like, I'm getting like white witch, black witch, right? Negra and Blanca. So it's like something about that. And I actually was at the Dollar Tree, and I saw these like flashcards, and they were Spanish and English. So there is something about that. You could have like a dual citizenship or be bilingual or something. But there is like this like coding, something about cracking the code. I saw a thing in the parking lot. It was a lock. It wasn't an actual lock. It was like a tag for a lock. So it's like the lock is, you have the lock, you have the key. Ace of Swords. There's some sort of truth Um, and this masculine is very supportive of you. They're not going to think that you're crazy. And is it the second one, the second Conjuring, and Lorraine Warren, they're telling the girl who's going through this thing, this experience, this possession, this demonic infestation, whatever it is, whatever phase she's at when they start talking to her, because it goes through the different phases and they describe that. But she talks to both of them and they're both like, yeah, I was a weirdo and I found someone else who was also a weirdo who, didn't think I was a weirdo. And she's like, what did you do? And Lorraine says, I married him. And I think Ed says the same thing. So it's like, your purpose is aligned. Yeah, your purpose is freaking aligned. You're both magical as heck. We got the King and the Queen of Wands here. King of Cups. You could have a choice, but I feel like this could be like a water sign that's also very magical or has strong water and fire placements. The Six of Swords. Six of Swords. See, I was listening to a reading earlier and the reader said like the Six of Swords, somebody leaving something. And I've always interpreted the Six of Swords as going toward something. I've always interpreted it as the rescue, but maybe I heard that for a reason, and maybe that Six of Swords is leaving something, like rescuing yourself from something that is unfit. So that could be the choice here. You could be wanting to leave behind a water sign or someone who's in this feminine masculine energy that's like not coming in to actually pursue you, although the King of Cups is confirmed with the Four of Wands, and then the King of Wands is confirmed with the Ace of Wands. So it's like that could be backwards. You could be dealing with a King of Wands, and because you're showing up as the Queen of Wands, you might think, oh, we're a perfect pair. We have so much in common. You could have like strong Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements, and you might be like, wow, we have all this chemistry with the Ace of Wands. But if it's just the Ace of Wands, it might have been inspiring, but it's like, this is also a couple that might bicker a lot. They're not compatible, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, that is somebody who is in a feminine energy, right? And yeah, I mean, I always see reels and stuff about soy boys and, how masculine men eat meat. As a vegan channel, as a vegan myself, I see that a lot. And it's like, this King of Wands could be someone who's quite egocentric, narcissistic, very self-absorbed. They act very macho, they act very masculine, but they're not in their divine masculine energy, right? Because from a vegan perspective, a man who fights for the innocent, a man who protects helpless, defenseless, completely innocent creatures, that's a man. That's a protector. That's what a masculine is supposed to do, right? And we've got this damsel in distress here with the Eight of Swords. This is a feminine who you don't see this coming. This is all like coming up behind you. So this is something that you have been ignoring, avoiding, distracted from. There's something about this that's not, it's going to be a little bit of a surprise, but it's also like, being here and being of your divine energy and asking the right questions. I believe he's a Libra, Will Smith, iRobot, that. And the man that plays the doctor, he also plays in Babe, and he does like animal advocacy. I don't know his name, but yeah, he's the, that'll do pig. Pigs can be important. Just a side note, if you guys haven't seen that movie Okja, so good. OKJA, Okja. Jaja, what is that? Is that something, someone could be a gamer, or like you might meet this person online with all these wands here. But Jaja, isn't that like, I don't know, my friend used to say that a lot. I think it might be something about Canada. Is that from Canada? They say like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, this King of Cups is surprisingly, like, has more wands to offer with the 1111, the Four of Wands here. They have something more solid to offer in the way of wands than this King of Wands. You would think the King of Wands is like, but that's because they're presenting as that. They're like, oh, I have to tell you how macho and masculine I am. But the King of Cups over here is just like, they see you in the Three of Wands. They want to offer you the Four of Wands. And he just looks very relaxed. The Devil, Capricorn energy, but there's this, and see, they're like chasing the beast away. Kill the beast, kill the beast. It's like someone has been misinterpreted as being a beast, as being a monster, as being dark, when they're actually like, it's a white buffalo. This is a white creature. And yes, this devil is carrying the wand, the torch. Which, when you carry a torch for someone, you hold a torch for someone, it's like, you're the type of person, feminines, who I feel, you always speak highly of those around you. You're always advocating for others. You're like the girl's girl, or like the masculine who, your masculine could be this way. Like, they're the type of, they support others. Like, there's no ego here. You're both very humble, and you carry a torch for other people. You could have Cancer placements where it's like you give a lot more, and also with the bull and the horns, right? You could be a Aries, Capricorn, or a Taurus. There's like something about those where it's like, you know, Taurus is fixed earth, Aries is cardinal fire, so it's double fire, double earth, and then Capricorn is cardinal earth. So something about fire and earth, which are the most masculine and feminine of the elements. Masculine being fire, of course, and earth being the most feminine. And then water and air is like that ambiguous in between. I'm going to pause this for just a second. Okay. I'm making cookies. Surprise, surprise. So, all right. I feel like you both are very traditional. So if that's something you've been looking for someone who's really in, and maybe you thought, it's like you maybe had it backwards. You thought that giving your energy to someone or multiple masculines who told you just how masculine they were, you thought that that meant that they were going to like nurture your femininity, and that you were going to be able to really submit and kind of willingly give some of your power over, and not in a way that's like, here's my power, take it. It's like, you can borrow this, and they're like, cool, here's some of mine. You've been with takers, feminine, and we're done with that. Justice, yeah, 11. This is your karmic entitlement, which is your dharma, right? You're moving into this place where it's like you're getting all of the things that you deserve. It's been rough for you. You've had a lot of people, like, I feel like you're quite independent, and you've been sort of solitary for a long time. There's a little bit of loneliness, but also like you don't know any other way to be feminines but yourself. And you've been around a lot of fake people. You've been around a lot of toxic feminines who told you should be different. And you're like, I don't think so. Maybe you tried that for a little while. Ringing in my left ear. Maybe you tried to adjust or conform, or you just be different with that. It's like maybe you played the part of the monster, but you're not the monster. You're not the villain. And I think you had to just be like, well, I guess I'm the villain in everyone's story. You came to this point where you're just like, well, Chief of Vessels, this King of Cups is coming in. Your lover, your masculine, full of love is coming in. And they've also had this too. I feel like they've had like macho masculines. Macho man. Maybe somebody's eating nachos. I just got a recipe off Instagram for like this amazing vegan cheese sauce. And it's nut free. So anyway, maybe you want to look into that. Maybe you're cutting like fats out or something, or like trimming the fat is a phrase for like getting the excess out, getting the unnecessary stuff out of your life. And this masculine's been doing the same. The Hermit, Virgo energy. There is like it's ooh. That almost went up my nose. Maybe you're doing sinus rinses. The Hermit, yeah, this is someone who's like, I'm okay, whatever y'all want to say about me, that's fine. Whatever you have to say, that tells the world more about your haters or demonic entities or those that are operating out of the shadows. I'm getting the movie Ghost, where those shadows come out and they're like, I always hated the sound that they made when I was a kid. It used to freak me out because it was just like, it sounded so guttural and like, ugh. But that's like the pits. These people are down in the pit and they want you to come down there with them. You're not gonna do that. That doesn't sound like fun. Strength and the Star. Yes. You're so strong because you continue to remain, like, you are the star of everyone's show. Even the haters. If they're giving you their energy, like, that just means that you are that important. Like, you are the star in everyone's show here, feminines. Particularly this masculine. There is Leo energy here and Aquarius energy here. So fixed energy. And that is like staying the ground. Standing your ground and staying the course. That's what I meant to say. Staying the course. 5 of Pentacles. The Empress. So it's strange that we would have the 5 of Pentacles, because the 5 of Pentacles here is only pictured with 4 pentacles, which is interesting. Because the 4 of Pentacles is somebody in that Hermit energy, Virgo energy, of saying, I know my worth, I know my value, and I'm not going to give away what I have. It can be a bit of a miser. It can be a bit of a miser, but it's also someone who's like, you have to like reserve, and I feel like maybe you are like preparing for doomsday, right? You're preparing for this spiritual warfare, this uprising, this collective reset that is coming. You are preparing for that, and you're just like, this is your health, your wealth, your stability. You're not giving that to anybody else. Maybe people tried to borrow money from you, because Pentacles can be literal money, and because you were in that 5 of Pentacles, feeling lack, feeling unstable, feeling left out in the cold. Where's my blessings? Where's all that? It's like you realize that the universe, God, source, the divine, put you into this hermit mode because that's where the healing is. That's where the shadow work is. And that's where you learn to become, the 4s are very important. You could be a life path 4 because we have the 4 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, right? That is very balanced. It's all of the directions. It's all of the elements. Hail to the powers of the north. There's something about witches here. Witches and bitches, right? It's like you've just got 9 of Wands, defiance. Yeah, there's like, I'm getting like the 5 of Wands, competition. People trying to be you. It's ironic that people would talk about you or put you down and then try to be like you, right? 3 of Wands again and the Ace of Swords again. Standing your ground. You are very powerful, feminines. Like, do not doubt that. You've done the healing work. You are connected with source. You are stronger than you know. You are in the Empress energy here. I'm getting Gladiator. Are you not entertained? Like, you've given everybody what they asked for, and a lot of people were like shocked by it, or they didn't like what you reciprocated, mirrored back, gave to them, and it's like, that's what you asked for. Isn't this what you asked for? Isn't this what you wanted? Here I am. Here I am, babe. Come and take me by the hand. Ooh, squeeze me. Here I am, baby. This masculine just wants to like hold you. They want to allow you to just dip into your childish placement. The color pink could be important. Green and pink specifically. We've got a lot of blue here as well. So, they want to protect you because they know, 3 of Wands, because this is like the masculine. You're in this energy, feminines. Like, are they coming to me? And they're like, I'm coming. Coming to get you, foxy lady. Wayne and Garth. Maybe those names mean something. Wayne's World, WW, but the world is like things coming to an end, distance being crossed, closing that separation and that divide. Waiting. No more waiting. It's taken a while, but you've remained in your power, and it's like the universe is saying, okay, you're ready. You're ready to really, and the world better get ready, because you're going to unleash this dragon. You're going to unleash this fire. Your power is going to be seen, because you're going to finally be in a connection with a masculine that allows you, not only allows you, and we do see with the Hermit here, more Virgo energy, the donkey. I don't know what Eddie Murphy is. But it's like, oh, you're a girl dragon. He's a little guy, right? But he allows this female dragon to just let it rip and be in all her power, all her glory. This masculine wants you to do that. And this is like a masculine who was maybe called a simp or a soy boy or whatever. And they are actually in their, of all the masculines around them, they are the truest form of a divine masculine. And that's why they're like, whatever, y'all can say whatever you want. This is someone, I just love this guy. He just looks so content, living his life. And he could be an older masculine. This is pictured as an older masculine here, in the Empress. But in all of these, the feminine has her back turned towards this masculine. So just, you may be surprised, feminines. You may be a little bit surprised by who this person is, because you may have been looking elsewhere. You may have thought either you were looking at another masculine, or you might have just been like, oh, this isn't coming in for me. Like, you could have been in such a solitary energy that you just thought, well, I guess this is it. I guess I'm just kind of doing this by myself. No, you're not. No, you're not. Here they come. Coming to get you. And with the Queen of Wands, yeah, they do find you incredibly attractive. But if that King of Wands and King of Cups are the same person, we did have the King of Cups come out twice. So if that's the same person, they're coming in the King of Cups energy. They're not coming in with all the chemistry. But the King of Wands does come after what, he goes after what he wants, and the Queen of Wands gets what she wants. So, and that's not from a place of arrogance. Again, there's a lot of humility around it. It's just like, you stayed true And when you stay true, the truth always prevails. Good always wins in the end. So any of that other peripheral energy is just, it will take care of itself. It will out itself. It will expose itself. And yeah, the just like in Ghost, where the bad guys, it's like, you'll get what's coming to you. What's coming to you. Parrots could be important. Again, birds, somebody might keep large birds, or I don't know, just like large birds, but there's something about that. That could be significant. And I could just go down a whole avenue that way. But I'll leave it here, feminines. And hopefully there was something in here for you that keeps you in this strength, keeps you in that Empress power and frequency, because that's what's gotten you to this point, and that's what's going to bring in this true divine masculine, who is just like, yeah, and because you're this close, you're going to be more tested. Just remember who you are, what you want, and that you're not willing to settle for anything less than what you deserve, which is everything that you desire. Okay? Because what you desire is of the divine, right? If you doubt in that, that's a whole other reading. So, thank you to everyone who has or will liked, shared, subscribed, commented, interacted in any way, donated. I appreciate your energy so much, and all of your support so much. And until next time, I wish you well.